Next Generation Meteorologist George Shaka here, looking at our tropical update for Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. And we're going to be mainly focusing on Henri here, but we will talk briefly about Fred and about Grace. But Henri seems to be the thing of most interest to my viewers and certainly myself, because I may be ending up in the path of Henri over the next couple of days. So here's a tropical depression, Fred, which is going to bring some heavy rain, some severe weather from where it's now off the northeast to the Appalachian Mountain chain. Here's Tropical Storm Grace. Here's Tropical Storm Henri. Grace is heading westward. Henri is also heading westward and then turning around at some point. And you'll see that in the presentation. So here's the Madden Julian oscillation. The Climate Prediction Center is redoing their Madden Julian oscillation thing, but I actually like this better, actually. I may actually use this better than the Climate Prediction Center. I like these dots of where these things are going to be. But anyway, you can see over the next couple of days here, through day 5 or so, maybe even day 10, looks like definitely by day 10, we'll be in the null phase, but certainly through day 5, we're going to be remaining in phase 2, phase 3 of the Madden Julian oscillation. And that is a high impact phase. And also, by the way, here's the JMA from a couple of days ago. So you can see what that looks like there. And phase 2, phase 3, the Madden Julian oscillation over the next week. Look at this. We have Fred that came in, high impact. We got Henri, which is going to be at a high impact that fits in with this correlation. And we have Grace, which is going to be interesting because it's moving into a lesser favorable area for intensification. But certainly, once it comes across and maybe in the southwest Gulf of Mexico, it will be interesting to see how that goes along down the road. But you can certainly see the phase 2 hard at work with producing these tropical cyclones in this part of the world. Ocean temperature anomalies for where all these systems are or were is plenty warm enough for mischief, and really impressive here in the northern Atlantic, as you can see there. Ocean temperatures actual, you can see 26 degrees Celsius, pretty much up to 40 north, 28 through here. And then, of course, Grace dealing with water temperatures that are in the mid-80s, so plenty of energy and latent heat for Grace as this continues to move off to the west and west-northwest. And then you can see here with Henri, some pretty good ocean heat content as this thing is milling around over the next couple of days before making its turn north and northeast, and also pretty deep warm water as well for this thing, for both of these to be working off of, Grace and Henri. Here's the upper motion pattern. This began this past Saturday. You can see how it's kind of saw Grace. Let's see here. I guess it's trying to see Henri, but there's the original for troubled water. And then again, there's week 2 with additional activity. We're going to skip week 3 and 4 because we have things that are developed, and I want to talk more about those instead of what's coming along further down the road. But again, over the next 2 days, here through Friday morning, here's where Fred will be running. Here goes Grace. Here comes Henri. Through Sunday morning, Fred is already through New England. Here comes Grace off the Yucatan into Mexico. Here comes Henri coming north and northeastward. Now, it's going to be interesting because we have this shortwave trough developing over the mid-Atlantic. It's going to be interesting to see if it can phase it in there. And then you can see by early next week, whatever is left of Henri is somewhere off the northeast United States coastline by Monday, Tuesday of early next week. So here's the European Ensemble, as you can see, moving west. And again, the models have done a very bad job, actually, in initializing like pretty much almost every tropical cyclone that we've had. As you can see, it initialized this thing, only 20, 30 knots, and this thing is almost 60 knots. So this thing would be falling into that yellow category between 50, 60 knots. It's a 65 mile per hour tropical storm. So certainly the modeling is underdone. Because the modeling is underdone with seeing the, this tropical cyclone here, Henri, is that the upper levels of the atmosphere are modeled better than the tropical cyclone, but the tropical cyclone is more pronounced in the atmosphere than the models think. So a stronger tropical cyclone, like you see here, is going to likely take that more west-south to westerly track and then loop around and again be more able to interact with this trough that's developing over the mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley over the next couple of days with this large-scale ridging over southeastern Canada. So this is very possible. This is very, very close, if not a New England threat, as we get closer to the weekend, looking into Sunday and again possibly Monday of early next week. Here's the GEFS. A tad better, but still many members 2 weeks still takes it out, but I don't think it's got the upper level pattern as correct as the European does in the longer term. Quickly, here's a look at Grace. Again, same kind of issue, underdoing its intensity. There's the GEFS taking it westward like that. Now here is my official track and intensity. Very difficult to do this. Had to use the hurricane models blended with the European Ensemble minimum members. It was a real challenge to do this. But anyway, 65 mile per hour at 8 o'clock tonight so pretty much no change from where it was at 5 o'clock. Then I think this becomes a hurricane Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and remains a relatively weak hurricane towards the end of the week, because there is going to be some shear and dry air, and there's some northerly shear now actually impacting the storm. You can also see here on the cloud shot some mid-level dry air coming into the south side. So conditions are not perfectly ideal for this to ramp up very quickly, but overall I do think we will see steady strengthening of this. And then once it begins to turn northeast, I think that's when it can really begin to ramp up, as it's going to be moving along with the shear, and the overall environment, upper level environment, becomes even more conducive. And if this thing, can do what I think it can do, I'll say right now, there's a low chance that this becomes almost a major hurricane off the southern New England coast, probably by Sunday or Monday. Again, I have it here Saturday afternoon. I think it's going to pass outside of the benchmark Sunday and Monday, and maybe be a threat to Nova Scotia. But again, I do not think that this is going to be a New England threat as we head into the weekend. However, though, with model guidance being very shaky, this is very liable to change. But here's how I see it as of now. And then looking, of course, over the next couple of weeks, we remain the green light here in the Atlantic Basin as far as tropical cyclone development goes. So that's it for now, and thank you for watching.